Get in the building, baby. Get in the building.
You're
Come
talking
on,
to
man.
the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limousine riding, jet flying.
Get in the building, baby.
And I'm having a hard time holding these alligators.
Come on, man. Come on. How y'all feeling, baby? Happy Easter, man. You know, it's feeling good, man. It's feeling good. I got kids all outside in the neighborhood, all in the street. You know, the vibes is high. You know, we finna get fly tonight. Got a special guest, man. You know, coming out that ATL. If you can't tell, you know what I'm saying, Miss KC. Come on, make some noise for her.
What it do? What it do? What's up, man? It's good to be here, Black Hill. I appreciate your time.
You know? So look, we gonna do it like this, man. So, you know, tonight's podcast is brought to you by, you know, we on the Tatiana cigar tonight. The Groovy Blue Pack. You know, so go get your favorite thing you smoking on, man. You know, turn the lights down a little bit. You know, get that thing you sipping on. You know, we gonna get back and we gonna sit back and chop up some ism with Miss Casey, man. What's good? What's good, Casey? What's been on your mind?
Oh man, everything good, man. I appreciate you having me on here. So I see you talking about the ism.
You
I
feel me? We gonna chop up some good game, man, cause it's,
can tell already.
you know, it's so much foolishness in the game, man. You know, so I know you said you in LA. By what part?
Yeah, I'm downtown LA. From the A to LA, I
Come
came
on, man. Come on.
here to do it.
From the A to the LA, doing it big. So
So,
yeah, man. You know, we just want to pick your brain, man. You know, what's going on in the world, man? What you seeing out there in LA? What's the vibe like?
oh man, LA is it's a beautiful place. I'm telling you, Kendrick Lamar didn't lie. The money, weed, and the weather.
Come on, baby. Come on.
I'm telling you, there's some really beautiful women here. I haven't been too much out there. I've heard some things, seen some things, but you know, everywhere you go, it could be a little different, but the same.
Okay, okay. How long you been out there?
I've been out here since 2020. I came here 2020 summer.
Wow.
Hmm.
Wow. Okay. You went out there when the world changed then, okay?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. It was
You knew what was up. That's what's up, man. So contrast, like if you gotta pick ATL or LA.
okay. So I'm always love the A because that's my home. You know, that's where my people at. But it's
True.
the vibe. I'm more of a LA vibe than I was Atlanta. I kind of, no offense to my peoples, my ATLians, I outgrew it. You gotta understand, Atlanta is tiny. When y'all see Atlanta on TV, you see kind of how they paint LA. They show you little clips of little stuff, but you don't really get a grasp. When people think of Atlanta, they think it's Georgia, but it's not.
Right. Right.
It's it's a spit in the bucket. You know,
Right.
Georgia is huge, but Atlanta is tiny.
Right.
So,
Right.
I'm from Decatur. That was, I was born in Atlanta, but I was raised in Decatur. And yeah, I just kind of outgrew it. People didn't even really think I was from there because I was just kind of different. So
Right. Right.
yeah.
Okay, LA vibes, man. For sure, baby. We live tonight with Miss Casey, TikTok star, man. So, you know, I ran across Miss Casey, man. You know, she had a viral TikTok going. A lot of people, you know, chiming in, giving their thoughts. You know, what's wrong with the dating world. So we just gonna kind of go deep, you know, with the male female dynamic. You know, see if we can get some answers, get to the bottom of the foolery going on, man. Uh, you know, did you have any headlines you want to touch on before we go in? Before I start picking your brain, man, like what's on your mind, KC?
You know what? I'm gonna just go. I'm gonna kind of go with the flow person, but one of the biggest things I've been hitting on lately, and I think people just don't wanna look at is the lead gauger. Everybody lead gauger is off.
Mm.
Game gotta go there. I don't know if it's okay to shout out people. I just want to make sure
Yeah, shout out to the game Goldie. We know Goldie over here, baby.
he ain't the first to say it, but he's reiterating it so much now. if he said we would avoid a lot of the problems we deal with dating if we just knew our league and we liked who liked us. We spend a lot of time chasing. We spend a lot of time trying to get somebody attention. And before him, I heard I don't want to get too off into it, but as a kid, I had a thing about watching like the players, and I used to watch what's the name of that the player, not the players ball, American Pimp,
Hmm.
the
Documentary.
documentary they dropped. All right, not for the necessarily the pimping, but for understanding. That's what I always had an infatuation with how they could make women like them the way they did.
Hmm.
But did a thing. He said, "Look, if I got to convince her to like me, like beyond just the normal, hey, how you doing? Like speaking to her, he like that ain't she ain't mine."
Nope.
And
Nope.
you really could save yourself a lot of time if the best relationships I've ever had was the ones that liked me. The ones I wasn't trying. I'm only speaking from experience, you know what I'm saying? And when you deal with girls that like you or you deal with guys that like you, because I think this apply on either side, you can tell the difference.
Hmm.
You don't have nothing to associate it with when you always been treated like trash. So that
Hmm.
go out there and get that good experience so you can say, okay, I know what it's like when somebody like me like that. I ain't even. I'm quick to tell a girl, nah, that you ain't into me like that. What you talking about? If you don't know, then you don't know. Cause she probably, you know what I had to learn too. Sometimes you'll be asking for something from somebody that they can't give you because they ain't never experienced it.
Exactly.
They
Hold,
ain't
hold that thought,
even.
man. Hold that thought. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the chat, baby. Appreciate the love.
Appreciate the love, y'all. Appreciate the love.
Hey man, say man, look man, it's free to hit the like button. It's free to hit the subscribe, share the button. KC, what's your TikTok man? Before we go in,
It's K, capital K, SEE. So my initials is KC, like the letter C, but I go by KSEE, and then it'll be Lesbian Game 101.
there it is. There it is. Jeff, tonight's cigar man is Tatiana Groovy Blue, man. Tatiana Groovy Blue. So sit back, soak up this good game. We about to go get what you drink, what you smoke. Man, we about to go in, man. KC TikTok Star Live, baby, it's going down.
Yeah.
Hey man, so first I want to ask you, man, and this was video that got my attention, like, you know, when it comes to women, like, uh, why do women reward bad behavior? Because I know a lot of cats, you know what I'm saying? They be trying to figure out why do they go after the bad boy and I'm this good guy and I can't get no play, but why a lot of people want to know why do women reward bad behavior, man? Go in.
Well, the first thing is who she rewarding the bad behavior from. Okay.
Mm,
They ain't gonna reward the bad behavior from just anybody. It's not that she really rewards the bad behavior, it's that she's willing to earn a spot with the person that she looks at as worthy of doing that for. So if the bad behavior is coming from somebody that she don't care nothing about, she gonna get rid of you quickly. But you ain't got to worry, boy. She ain't gonna have you gonna be on the first thing smoke. She was looking for a reason to get rid of you. But
mm,
if you the one she liked, okay, she already has, man, thank you spirit, she has already set a mind, she's already put in her mind the fantasy that she has about what y'all are going to be. And once she sets her mind to that fantasy, right, with you, she will work to make that fantasy happen, whether it's real or not. This might not even be the fantasy, and I can't even say that this is just one-sided. I think men and women sometimes can do this, but more so women because they're more emotional. They will paint this picture of what they see happening with you, whether it be marriage, babies, you loving her one day finally, or whatever like that. And once she sets that idea on you, it doesn't matter that you're not reflecting that. She's already painted the picture in her mind of what she's trying to get with you. That's why a lot of times we call them delusional. Like, baby girl, that's not what's happening. Like,
mm,
you
mm,
you just keep thinking, well, if I earn this man, because he is worthy of earning to you, if I earning this man and just show this man that I'm worthy of him putting me in this spot and that I can love him better, then you know we'll be good. And then I've seen men turn it all around, right, for a woman, right? And then some of them unhealthy, they get bored because it was really only the chase from the beginning. She really some girls don't even really want you. They just think they just want to make sure that they get that from you because then they can say they conquered you, obtained you, and that they got you like that.
So women really think like that too.
Absolutely.
Come
Absolutely,
on.
bro. We humans. What? We
See, a lot of guys don't realize that.
Man, I got this game from the women. I got this
Mm,
from women. I learned this from them. Being around them, of course, they let me hear things, that they won't let the guys probably hear sometimes. But from dating them too, I've learned that it was something I was going to expound on to go further from there. But yeah, once they have an idea of you, it doesn't even matter if you match that idea. Oh, the same thing can happen if she's thinks she's attracted to you. Like say you fine, right? And then she come up to you and she get to meet you, but you goofy
mm,
fan that idea she had of you. You know what I'm saying? Okay, yeah, she liked you at first. She liked till you opened your mouth, till you start. You know what I'm saying? Now it's the opposite. Now she feels like, oh, even though he good looking, I'm a little better than him. He ain't really that cool like that. He nerdy, so it can apply to that too. Cause I can start rambling. So go ahead, man.
Nah, you good, man. You good. Whatever come out, man. Let the spirit use you. You know we live with Miss KC, baby.
Yeah, yeah.
So okay, we got that in, but so what happens, when a man rewards bad behavior, you know what I'm saying? In a female, what's the cause and effect of that?
I mean, she gonna. I mean, she gonna use you up. You know. She
Come
gonna
on.
use that ain't nothing left. She finds something else. Keep you around, just because you a supply, uh, you, you can't expect people to think the way you think. If you're a good
Mm,
person or whatever like that. If you notice somebody, that's the thing. I think everything. I think that's why people demonize red pill. But I was a real Matrix fan. All it means is awareness.
mhm.
Aware, okay. Then it's your fault. So that's what I really feel like on both sides was the problem. The vetting. Women weren't vetting properly, which they was never intended to vet in the first place. Your brothers and your father were supposed to be vetting for you because, in my experience, women don't really choose too well. Men didn't know how to vet properly. They were getting used in the because a woman could just use her feminine wiles because they could be negative or positive, and a woman could really just woo you or sway you into giving her money, giving you a debit card or anything. But I think now that we got this kind of content out, we got everybody speaking out. I think it's leveling the playing field, and a lot of women
Mhm.
don't about it.
Mhm.
I listened to RP content in front of my daughter. She had to ask me one day. She was like, why you listen to Red Pill? See, I know somebody done talk to her. Somebody done let her know what's up. And I was like, I said, let me tell you something. I said, I know it gets a bad name. I don't know what you've heard. I said, but I pay attention to men that are married too, that also have results, that believe in relationships. RP content is not just all dudes just saying, beat her up, don't like her, mistreat her, don't take her nowhere. It's not about that. It's about finding
Nah,
a woman that really likes you so that when you do that, you ain't planting your seed on unfertile ground.
nah, nah. See, and the jump in right there, the red pill get a bad rap. Like a lot of people just now kind of getting on this game and it's moving, but the red pill been, man, it's been 13, 14 years ago. You know what I'm saying? When this movement really just started. And it really just started out of, men got tired of, giving so much and getting so little back. You feel me? So, we just started studying and, what I'm saying, applying different game, what I'm saying, just
Then
soaking up some game, becoming better, you feel me? But then, a lot of lame cats kind of gravitated toward it because it was a safe space. It was a space where we all could, you see what I'm saying, as men come together and talk. So some real lame, they call them incel cats, kind of came in, and that's where the kind of hating women came in. So it kind of get a bad rap, but Red pill ain't nothing more than just some game, man. You know how to move as a man. You feel me?
Yeah, yeah. I think people was trying to make some money as well. They saw a
Yeah.
little opening for some money, and I think the biggest thing I talk about. I'm glad you was talking about men started looking. It got popular because men were asking these questions. I've noticed that men have always been trying to figure out women. Women have never
Right.
been trying to really figure out men.
Mm-mm.
Care. You
Mm-mm.
know what I'm saying? Because for so long that wet spot been enough for everybody.
Mhm.
Now it's
Come on.
enough, and so now women are forced to look for answers. That's why Kevin Samuels got so big because women was failing and they couldn't lie no more about the fact that they was failing. And then when they went to him, they realized they wasn't getting pacified.
Come
So
on.
but women started looking for answers because men started waking up, men started moving a certain way. So then women started realizing, wow, I'm not getting the results that I was getting before. Men are not allowing us to be overweight anymore. They're mentioning it to us. Men used to be afraid to say something about your weight.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
was a thing to
Yeah.
their weight.
Yeah.
Now men don't care. They rather be alone than settle. You know.
Yeah. And,
And
and they gave Kevin such a bad rap, but like I said, when you saw Kevin, the roots had already taken flight. You feel me? The tree was already growing. Kevin was at the end. You got a whole generation of men who was on the game before the world even knew or ever heard of a Kevin Samuel. So that's what women really gotta understand. These young boys finna be on this RP. You see what I'm saying? It's finna be different going forward, man.
and
And like you
it
said, go ahead.
I was gonna say no. In the young boys' hand, it can be dangerous depending on what kind of content they gravitate towards,
Right.
and that's why I
Because
think
they are mixing it up. You right.
that's why
You
having
right.
men around is so important because you might say something and it might be a man be like, "Bro, what you just say?" You know what I'm saying?
Come on.
Bro, who
Come
taught you
on.
that? You know what I'm saying? Who said that to you? Boy, that ain't no game. Who game is that? But
You feel me?
no man around you to check the game you getting, or you just got a woman who ain't never had to have no game trying to check you because it just ain't comfortable to her ears. She
Come on.
be able to redirect you in the right direction when you I don't know if you saw the show Adolescence, but it made it really big because they like demonized the red pill on that particular they showed the most extreme version of what red pill could do
Right.
show and
Right.
did numbers. I think it won Emmys and everything because the women, they was like, yeah, this is what this RP content is doing. It's
You
making
feel me?
little
And
boys
look, it
murderers.
was a it was a show on CBS, one of them CSI shows, and one of the episodes they had like one of the dangerous targets was red pill men. I'm like, wow, this shit really didn't got that far. They really that scared of it. You see what I'm saying? Shit
Listen,
crazy.
when
And,
it's real,
and the original movement wasn't like that though. Like when we first got into it, it spent off into, knowledge of self. You know what I'm saying? The black man is God, the black woman is a queen. It was into that. It wasn't just about no women. You feel me? It grew into great things that made us whole. But again, they saw that and they started mixing the goofy shit in with it. But we ain't gonna talk about that, man. We here live with KC TikTok viral sensation, baby.
so
So look, you said something, and I want to go in on that. Like women didn't really have to do nothing because they got that wet spot. The power of the PU. You feel me? So talk about femininity as an advantage for women. Like you know what I'm saying? They say you can get farther by putting a little sugar on it. So talk about the necessity for women to just get back to femininity and being soft. You can get the world, queen.
I'm gonna be honest. I mean, this is something a man can't do, but I guess sometimes they had a conversation earlier about can a man teach a woman how to be a woman. They were talking about because we already know fathers do best in the household, single fathers, so they raising these daughters somehow. But they were mentioning how was a man able to teach a woman how to be a woman, and in some cases, yes, especially when dealing with her man, he would be able to show her things that to a man is feminine. Whether it's
Mhm.
just soft spoken, not yelling, not cussing. I'm sure some because you got women out here telling women they can do whatever they want to do. Clearly, bad advice. Um,
Mm.
when I'm dealing with my woman, because we was raised different and my father was more present in my life than hers was, there's a lot of things I have to show her with dealing with people in the world, especially men. There's been times I've been trying to make deals with somebody or I've been speaking on her behalf, and I've had to show her not to be so impatient, not to get so riled up. I'm like, because men are not going to help you if you show that you got, all that extra animosity in your chest. He's gonna send you to the next thing smoking. But I've learned that men will overextend themselves when you're kind, and I think this is in general for people in the world. But most likely, when you're a woman and you're dealing with a man, just a few little gentle words and understanding. I got her out of a ticket recently with a cop. And I'm trying to explain to her,
Just
like,
being
my
sweet.
level of leadership for you. I'm leading you by showing you. I'm like, y'all be talking about, I want a leader, but a lot of times it come down to money. Man, she just started driving like 2 years ago, got her first ticket. I showed her how to fight a ticket. I took her through the whole process, took her to the court. We dealing with the man, the officer, he dismisses the ticket. Why? Femininity. You know what he said to us?
Oh,
You know what? You're nice. You're nice. Don't worry about it. When you get in here, this, just do this, do this, do this. My girl was looking like her head is spun. Femininity. Femininity. Like,
come on,
I didn't come in
femininity,
there with
baby.
I didn't come in there with this, Casey. I went in there with, excuse me, sir, can you help me with something? I need your assistance. One day I took her
Right.
to meet my family. My brother, I bringing my bags across the street. We about to get in the car for my brother to drop us at the airport. I moved my bag to the side of the car. She over there lugging her bag, throwing her bag, all that. I'm like, I looked at her. I said, "Girl, let that man be a man." I said, my brother was already throwing my bag. Then he's doing it effortlessly. He picked it up with one hand and threw it in the back seat. It's not about competition. It's about who's best for the job. Look at you. You over here struggling. And I'm the stud. I'm supposed to be, I even noticed. Like, my brother was looking at her crazy. Like, girl, why would you even go through all that? Like, but when you're not around it, or you're not taught that, or you're not around gentlemen, you're not around, you wouldn't know. So yeah, femininity can sometimes just be getting out the way. I hope that hit somebody. Sometimes femininity could just be getting out the way and letting your man handle it.
Mm, mm, mm.
Just getting out the way. It's so many levels. I just want to example.
That's a bar in itself. Just get out the way, man.
Just get out.
So many women complaining. They complaining about, I can't get them to do this. Bro, if you just get out the way and be your sweet self, watch what you
Watch.
get.
I said that to I said, just watch how men start moving when you get out the way. And my apologies to any females who have never experienced that. Okay. There
Hmm.
was things my mother did not have to deal with or do. And there was things that my father never had to deal with or do. When you see that kind of balance in the household, you know your space. You know when it's time. And there wasn't times that my mother didn't have to be masculine, but my father wasn't there when it was happening. It was because he was not present. It car stuff, wrecks. All my she come in the house and my dad fixed a lot of problems. I saw I saw him fix a lot of stuff. But because my mother was feminine and gentle, it was almost like he was just like, this is what I do. This is
She
what I
have it all. I'm
learned.
telling you.
Yeah.
That man will fight a war for you, Queen, if you just be a little feminine. I promise
My brothers will
you.
go.
Promise
Look, you know what I said to my dad one day on the phone? Because me and my dad talk about this stuff all the time too. I said, I have never met queens. Now, queens usually back in the day, they would get trained, for a battle, like for if something went wrong and they needed to defend themselves. So they would teach the women swordsmanship, stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? There were some, but she went out there on the battlefield. That was for close proximity if something jumped off. But she went out. I was like, when have you ever seen queens out there just fighting wars? It's they don't start fighting until the castle's overthrown. So I'm like, You see these queens out here, hey queen, but they always in battle. They always in some kind of conflict. And I'm like, that's not, I've never seen queens go through any of that. They don't do none of that. They sit up in the castle. They handle the business behind closed doors. They make sure their children is handled. So it's just crazy. I'm like, I always talk about my partners being my shooters, aka. I don't say, but I go out and my partners be with me, female, masculine or not. My homies, they make sure they tell me before we go out, hey, we're gonna make sure you this, this, this. These are the friends we hanging with, all that, and that's because they look at me as feminine. Start acting like the boys. They're not gonna deal with you like that. You know, you cussing as much as them, raising up as much as them. Look, that's just my advice.
Nah, man, you hit it, man. Just I'm telling you, ladies, just a little sugar, man, go a long way. But you said something earlier though about preferences, man, and I know we spoke about red pill. Speaking of Kevin Samuels, he said, you know, uh, the smaller queen, the bigger the ring. You know what I'm saying? I saw a clip of him saying that. Talk about, why some women are having a hard time, in this new modern world where men are now, they not just accepting anything. Get in the gym, like you said earlier. You know what I'm saying? You need to dress more like this. You need to, I'm only accepting this. Talk about why women, having a hard time, accepting men, having preferences now.
I think it's really simple. You have to you have to be okay with. Okay, so men, we just talked about earlier how men are searching for answers, right? That's how RP content got so big. But why aren't women searching for answers? And then when they do search for answers, they're not okay with the answers. Men understood, okay, all right, she likes this. This what she likes. Men are willing to do things they don't even want to do. Men stopped being nice and went from nice to mean. Can you imagine that? Like overworking yourself to get results, but then you dealing with somebody who feel like no matter what you say, it's like, why is there a double standard? Like, why are these men willing to work so hard to get these women? Whether they'll go buy books, they'll go, watch podcasts, they'll watch hours of content to figure out how to smell better, how to look better, how to get in the gym, how to talk better. And women be like, I'm not competing with nobody. Like, what? And then these guys go out here and level up. And now a bigger bulk of them are starting to look better, do better, get their man weight going, getting up in age, more maturity, and they learning the game, and y'all still stuck right where you was at 250. You want that guy. Now you want that guy to go from, who went from 250 to 160, 180 to still give you the time of day. That don't make no sense after he did all that work. Same thing with the work, with men going to work, getting all this money, and then the women that looked them over, you know what I'm saying, now want a shot. But he's like, but I got better options now, and I worked to get here. So I just don't, for the life of me, cannot understand why women feel like, I guess because men have tolerated for so long, they've just kind of been like, and overweight is different to everybody. So
They thought the cat was gonna be just enough.
but your values don't even match the same as the person that because I've noticed a lot of bigger women want smaller men. A lot of them don't really want to do their size, but yeah, don't, it comes down to health too. Nobody want to be burying you right after you get married. For me, my motto is, because I'm 5'3", like 140. If I can't carry you to safety, and I go to the gym, okay, and I do my stuff. I mean, my girl like 130. I can throw her over my shoulder easy. But I'm like, I'm not. What I look like trying to date a girl that's 200? And I got girls that be looking at me that's 200. Baby girl, there's nothing I can do with you. I don't know what to do. I don't even know what to do with you. At that, you that much bigger than me. So, and I think Kevin Samuels used to talk about that all the time. He used to be like, baby girl, like no man wants to date a linebacker. Like you the size of a linebacker. You the size of somebody out there, you know, about to tackle somebody. So you can't ask for a man to accept that. You don't never, you know what you never see, man? Thank you. You never see a Disney princess that's overweight. When? When? None of these women in the Disney characters, not they all gonna be drawn a certain way. And men just like what they see. It is what it is. And most times, women like what men do. That's why they won't date, the dude that work at McDonald's for real. So I think that's fair. You won't date the guy at McDonald's. He don't want to date the girl that look like she ate all the McDonald's. I don't, I don't know what the
It's
problem.
cool. They do it. So, you feel me? Come
I
on.
date for the wife
We
me.
live with KC, baby. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, man. Nah, that's pretty much it, man. It's just the lead gauger is off, and everybody got a reason for why they want stuff. But as a person that's in the gym that eat a certain way, it's very, very important that my woman's values are the same as mine. I'm thinking about what are you going to feed my children? Are you going to be conscious of their diet? You're not conscious of yours. And I think if a man is planning on having children, a family with you, he should be thinking about all those things. How you conduct your health, how long you're going to be. Are you going to leave him stuck with these kids due to a heart attack because you can't push back from the table, put the fork down? And I
Mm.
don't think women should have to condone that behavior either. I don't think a woman who is in shape should have to date a man that's out of shape and possibly not have a husband in 10, 15 years. You know, you who got to take care of you? I got to take care of you when it all go down too. It's just selfish. That's all.
Nah, you hit it, man. You hear it, ladies. Men got preferences now, man. If that cat been in the gym for 10 years, he expect you to kind of be in his league. You feel me? Just it's simple math, man. We live with KC Viral TikTok Star, baby. What it do? Nah, man. So I like that. So the preferences thing, we established that, but okay, uh, we get in a relationship, even looking in my own life, you know what I'm saying? I've been with some females, we get together, and they start to hold back from this. They stop doing this, they start doing this. Go into some reasons why, what I'm saying, women get cheated on. Like what is she missing, or what does she need to do in that relationship to keep that man eyes from roaming, just to keep him home? Because men are loyal, if that woman is doing what she need to do in home. So go into reasons why women are getting cheated on, man.
I mean, well, in some cases, women can lose respect for you, and that can vary in different areas of why she lost respect for you. Um, but my biggest thing with the pullback is when your woman really like you like that and really love you like that, you ain't gonna deal with no pullback. You ain't gonna deal with none of that because y'all really like each other. You know. I think now that we learning how to vet before we get into these kind of relationships or marriage, I think now that we know what to look for, it's gonna be less of that because we seen these red flags way too early, and men are learning now to also listen about her past, pay attention to what happened before you. What her, you'll hear little things that'll give a woman away that'll show that she gets bored quick or she's not a person that commits for long periods of time. If you listen, they say if you listen to them long enough, they'll tell on themselves. I think the vetting is the biggest part of that. Um, and like even down to feeling like a woman would leave you because I've seen where a man lost his job and it's been a while since he ain't had no job. But she shouldn't be able to lose respect for you that quick
Hmm.
unless you just done went 5 years and you ain't looking and you ain't filled out. Okay, then I got to, it's accountability there. But I do know those are a lot of reasons that women end up kind of tied them in. It could be financial. I know some of the top reasons for um, divorce is infidelity and finances. So yeah.
I've been hearing the holding back sex though. I've been combing through TikTok and I see a lot of the holding back. You know
The
what I'm saying?
holding
Like
back,
what's up with that?
yeah. The whole. I mean, I think the holding back comes different for different guys. It could be financial. Um, I've seen in some situations where, okay, it's like I said, it just varies in different areas. Men go through depression, or like they're not the man they used to be. Kind of like you might be sleep all the time on the couch type stuff. It's several
I'm
different.
speaking from more. It is. I'm speaking from more of the high value man. You know what I'm saying? Does she feel like? Is it a situation where she feel like, okay, I got this nigga now. I ain't finna do half of the stuff I used to do.
I think that's something.
Cause like you
That
said,
she
women be counting notches too. Like you said,
No, I believe that those are conversations that should be had before you get married. There are conversations that people just don't talk about. They don't have in depth enough conversations before they get into a relationship, and then before they get married. Like me and my shawty had, because of the red pill content, man. When I say we had some of the deepest conversations about how we think, like that's how I found out that my shawty don't believe in staying if you're not happy. Because I
mm,
had a conversation about what do you think your vows entail? Like, do you? And I had to explain to her that marriage is not about your happiness. So, when you're dealing with somebody that starts withholding sex from you in the marriage, are those things that y'all talked about before y'all got married, that you can hold your partner accountable? Because they'll just keep making excuses. Some of them will tell you it's not you, it's them, all that other stuff like that. And I'm gonna just keep it. I don't want dutiful sex. I don't want, oh, you having sex with me because you feel like you need to have sex. And a man can tell the difference. So you gotta be okay with the consequences of your actions if your man is being vocal with you about it and telling you constantly, like, hey, I don't know what's going on with you, but that's not how it was before. That's not how it was before the relationship. But to be fair, some of these dudes jump into these marriages and it was like this before. That's why I'm telling
yeah.
you, I know these guys, man. They really think. Listen, a lot of times when stuff like that happens, it's because you with a woman that thinks she above you. She don't really like you like that, and you thought either things would change when you got married, or she was penny pinching it to you back before y'all got together, and you just thought maybe one day you get more. Nah, bro, you've been taking scraps for a long time. That's why she knew she could feed you scraps. I have told my woman several times, and look, internet, y'all can be mad at me, but she ain't gonna make no mistakes, and that's how we found out our values was the same. You end up gaining a whole bunch of weight, you need to be okay with what happens because I didn't sign up for that. I told my girl that I'm gonna keep myself as
Kobo.
much shape for you as possible. I told my girl that this is not something I'm asking her for that I'm not doing. I'm going to keep myself in as much shape as possible while you with me. I'm never gonna not work on myself. I'm gonna stay attractive to you as long as I can. Cause then less thing I gotta be blamed about. You know what I'm saying? Hey, these bills is getting paid and I'm keeping it right and I'm keeping it tight and I'm being good to you. What else you want? you know. But a lot of times we don't have these conversations before what our deal breakers are because we around because we lucky feeling like we lucky to be there. You be treating that woman like you lucky to be there. That be the truth. And you ain't let her know off GP, hey, these some things I'm not gonna tolerate down the line. Disrespect. The first I tell women when I first meet because domestic violence is a real thing in the lesbian community. I tell them off GP, the first time you put your hands on me, you'll never see me again. You see how passionate I was because I've said that exact. That's my statement. You put your hands on me, you'll never see me again. So she understands the day she do it because she think I'm a girl and we just finna do this with each other. The day she do it, you're out here. You never see you're blocked. I don't want to hear sorry, please. We do not nip these things in the bud. We are too busy trying to clap cheeks that we not having real conversations with these people that we really see potential in and having relationships with. And then when we want to have them 3 years in after we kind of realize we done did all the fun stuff and everything. No, had
It's
them
over.
that first 6 months. Had them real conversations. How you feel about if my mama died? And like I need to know how you think. That's why they got little card games out and stuff now for people to help, have conversation starters and stuff like that. Cause y'all might realize y'all not meant to be together in the first 3 dates. If you do that,
Okay.
you know. I told y'all I get to rambling, but appreciate y'all, man.
Nah, I love it. You hey, let her cook, man. Let her cook. Let her
Hey
cook.
man, say man.
Nah, man, like to touch on that the domestic part, like I was messing with this younger chick. And it seemed like the younger generation, like they cool with beating on each other and shit. You feel me? Like I think it's a normal thing. I'm a little older, so I'm like,
Cause they
oh,
social.
you ever touch me, you won't see me again. Say what?
I said because they socially awkward. They don't know how to use. They don't know how to talk stuff out. They don't know how to have proper dialogue. So, you know,
Yeah. And I had to check. I was like, no, we're not doing that. If you ever touch me, you won't see me again. You feel me? And you should have saw the look on her face. So, fellas, it's okay to check her, man. Like Casey said, it's okay to have them conversations. Trust me, she won't have them conversations with you, man. So, go in, let her know your boundaries, let her know your do's and don'ts, man. So, well, yeah, that's beautiful, man.
they to be emotionally mature. That's how you show them how you
Emotionally mature.
have real conversations with them. And I guarantee you, let me tell you something, man. People be like, why you sing Casey? Man, most girls can't make it 30 days with me because these kind of conversations, they disqualify themselves before the first date. I be wanting to take these girls on a date, man. I be wanting to go out. I can't even make it to the date because most of them, they disqualify themselves within 2 conversations on the phone with me. They've already exposed themselves and I can see through them and one of them, I told her on the first conversation, I said, you know what, sweetheart? I said, you could be my bodyguard. She was so offended. When I tell you this woman was so aggressive. Like I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna take you with me so you can beat everybody up around me because that's about all I could use you for. Is a bodyguard, and she was a whole inch shorter than me. Danger, and these women out here dangerous, man. You oh, you think I'm gonna invite you to my house and this how you talk on the first conversation? Man, all I need is a little liquor to get in your system or something. You done tore up my whole crib. You see how y'all don't vet these women because y'all too busy trying to get some? I passed up on so many women because I can't even you see, I can't let you in my house. These women like to tear up
I
stuff.
love it, man. Yeah, it's bad, man. It's
They-
bad. If you don't check them, you letting the whole terrorists in. We don't negotiate with terrorists,
I,
fellas. Come on.
I tell my dad that all the time. I say, we don't negotiate with terrorists. They be like little terrorists.
Hey,
Yeah,
man. Say, man.
yeah,
Nah,
yeah.
for
I
real,
done had a
man.
few experiences.
So, now go in. Go in. I'm listening.
No, I was just saying, I done had a few experiences, man. Just very aggressive, and I done had experiences with girls that pretend to be feminine, and then all of a sudden they like WNBA basketball players, like out of nowhere. Like,
Mm.
yeah, look, I'm 5'3".
Come on.
I got to be careful with these women, okay? Okay, that's why I box.
Mhm.
You know, 'cause
Mm.
I don't never know. I try my best, but these women do think that because you're a woman, they can just fight you, like, or they could just swing on you and you just gonna allow it because you're a girl. And I'm like, I didn't grow up like that. I don't know. I don't know nothing about all that. But yeah, it's
Word. Okay, okay. Well, nah, I know you said you talk about or you talked to your girl about the RP. Uh Talk about, I want to go into pandering men, but I really want to talk about the so-called pick me women. I like we said earlier, like women are superiorly, intelligent. You know what I'm saying? Women know what's going on. But it seemed like they ignore the red pill like it don't exist. You know what I'm saying? Red pill is just the truth. You know what I'm saying? It's just the truth. Kevin Samuels was speaking the truth, but yet he got villainized. You feel me? So talk about why a woman, when she does speak the truth, why is she called a pygmy? And then, why are so many women just standing by looking at all the goofy shit that women doing and men doing, but ain't really speaking on it? Why are so many women just, silent? They say evil prevails when good does nothing, right?
Mhm.
Uh, So go in on that, man. The pick me woman dynamic, whatever.
Okay, so to me, the term pick me, we have a habit now of changing terms to work for our benefit, but that's not what pick me was. From what I was told, pick me was a woman who tries to shame other women because she's trying to get attention from the guys around. But
Mm.
negative way, not because she's trying to help. So, but most of the women who they call pick me, I've noticed, are giving good advice. Like they're women with results, and they're not telling you to do something that's harmful for them. They're telling them to do something.
You know what? And keep your point. You know what I notice about the women who do speak up? They the most beautiful women. They the most successful with the results, and most of them wives. They wives. You feel me? But go ahead.
No, you're right. It was a comedian, I believe, or some woman who was conservative. It was like, don't listen to them. A lot of times they're ugly. They just don't get good results, and I couldn't argue with that. I was like, the women who are usually a lot more conservative, a lot more ladylike, which I did a video on this about my mother on my page. They don't really struggle like these other women do. Women that are very conscious about health, weight, how they're perceived, what they let people see, they get better results. And I think the women who want to do whatever they want to do are just upset that it's not going to work that way. Like they're not going to really get. I think they have to kind of wrap their mind around the fact that they're not going to get the results they want doing the things that they like to do. And for the women who don't have to change, the women who already were this, or who were raised like this, they're just trying to give some advice to the young ladies, like, hey, we over here married, we over here good, we not showing our bodies. Nobody's seen our butts on the internet, and we got that guy that you've been saying you want. So, maybe just maybe, but we know women don't want to listen to the men. We know that by now. Women refuse to listen to the men and what they want. They just like, okay, at this point, can you just give us what we want and just do what we want? Like, that's what it seems like. It seems like the women just aren't gonna conform. If I say that word, that's rub them the wrong way to conform. But yeah, they're more willing to shame you. We already know. I catch women in it all the time now because of the Godfather. Shame, insults, guilt need to be right. That's not even a mature conversation when you begin to start getting people on personal things because you can't have your way. And now you gotta not call names. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't agree with you. That's wild. Yeah, instead of
Feel me?
yeah.
Nah, I feel you. I feel you, man. Again, to touch on it again, like the people who I see, the women who I see speaking on the RP, just speaking on the truth. I hate to just call it RP because it's the truth, man. It ain't like we just pulling some stuff out and just saying it's the truth. You know what I'm saying? These women are beautiful. They are successful. You know what I'm saying? So just a thought, man. But we live with Miss KC, baby.
Yeah.
ATL to LA, man. Uh, so I saw a video on your page. You talked about uh how you was in the side piece role, or the side thing or whatever. Talk
Mm.
about some stuff just real quick about what you see, what you have seen from a side piece point of view.
Um, One of the biggest things that stand out to me was phone conversations. And I don't be wanting to mess up the game too much, but I really want people to work on, understanding if they are a part of cheating, they need to know why they are. Is it just because you just want to get some, or is it because you got something internal going on that you need to fix? Sometimes you be a hater and you don't know. Sometimes, sometimes you got some underlying issues with yourself, and that's why you like to sleep with other people's partners more so than having your own partner. But that was one thing of the game that I learned for myself why I was doing it. I said in my video, I needed validation. It was something about being picked over somebody else, or proving that women were exactly what I say they are, what they were. which in some cases with guys, that's a big thing. Being like, see, this is exactly what I'm talking about. It kind of aids their decision to stay single. See, if they keep seeing that or putting themselves in that vicinity, then they can keep telling themselves, see, this is all women do or whatever like that. But really, it's because of the energy and the frequency you on. So that's what you keep attracting. But when you walk away from that and you say you're not gonna do that no more, you start attracting a different group of women, people, etc. Because you don't move like that no more. But yeah, them getting on them phone conversations in front of me, them, yeah, baby, I'll be home this time. Yeah, I love you. And I'm like, I'm knowing the things that she just did was so blasphemous, so blasphemous, and you on this phone, and that you will one day be on the phone with your shouty wondering if that just happened. And my mama told me when I was a kid, well, when I was younger, she was like, listen, she's like, if somebody gonna cheat, they just gonna cheat. She said it don't take but 5 minutes to cheat. And that stuck with me forever. Think about how many people just lost their whole relationship over 5 minutes in the car at work or in the break room or 30 minutes at the hotel real quick. It's just not worth it if you really with somebody, that you like that. But I would see women do it too. Women are just as bad. I had a girl. I used to get a lot of girls that they wasn't fulfilled as far as the fantasy side of their relationship at home. Like everything else was good. They getting their bills paid, and the girlfriend, everything good looking or whatever they want, but they be missing something in the bedroom that they partner won't give them or something like that. And so they come over there to me for that. And just like I said, it jack you up. It's just good to know that it's possible. It's good to know that these things can happen. Because if it happened to you, you can handle it like a G. You can you can just fall in line with the ism, the statutes of the ism, and just take it on the chin and be like, that's the game. That's how the game go. Sometimes you lose. It don't even always mean that you picked the wrong woman. She just could have. Sometimes it just be him. It be that be him. I think how you do everything is important too. That's why I be telling women. I'm like, listen, just leave that man. Just tell him, man, I'm interested. I'm sure he'll always respect you for not taking his resources and doing it under his nose, because that's the biggest thing with me. It's like you using my resources and then you over here giving slick my not property. A guy said recently, he was talking about a woman being someone that you're supposed to protect, and I'm not able to protect you when you out there in the streets doing that. Anything can happen to a woman. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't even think like that. They don't think, oh, you and your side dude could get into an argument and you not come home that night, and nobody knew where you was, or they don't have to, because that's what they got you for. You know what I'm saying? And so it's dangerous on so many levels. With the dude you dating, when some people set themselves up and before you know it, they look, we seen snap. People gotta stop playing with people. There's so many things that could go wrong. That's why I tell guys don't go to a woman's house. I'm like, you need until you know her like that. You need to invite her over to your crib. Um, cause it's just women be off into all kinds of stuff, man.
Hey, if you gonna go, take the strap. Please take the strap.
Would you prefer to be at your house and somebody follow her to your house and you got to
Oh, 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 it's always gonna be my house.
Oh, do
But
you
if
see
you
what?
gotta go, if you ain't got no crib,
Hey, but these are the things, unfortunately, we got to think about these days, because we're not dealing with ladies anymore. We're dealing with alley
Nope.
cats. You know what I'm saying?
Man,
We dealing with with
I'm
with
telling you.
the street life. Okay.
Come on, come on.
Yeah, it's
Nah,
dangerous.
for real. For real.
It's
Yeah, it's a different game today, man. So that's why we live with Miss KC, so we can top up the game. We can soak up this ism, man. You know how to move out there, man. TikTok star viral sensation, baby, is going down. Man, make sure you hit the like button, man. It don't cost you nothing, you know what I'm saying? Hit the subscribe. Uh, Go in on the gender war, man. It's so much back and forth these days between men and women. You know, you know, talk about it and how do we end it? Do you see it ending anytime soon?
I think the biggest thing is the vetting, man, on both sides. We gotta learn how to see these red flags before they happen. That's why I enjoy the RP content so much because it really tells you what you should be looking for and what not to ignore. Also, it kind of pushes self discipline. So on both sides, if we could just focus more on the solutions and meeting each other halfway, and the lead gauger, I'm telling you that lead thing comes down. we, we got to, and I did a video. Got some older videos on the league and in the LGBT community. Me and my partner, we go out together. It be women all in our faces that should not be in our faces. I'm just gonna keep it 100. Like they'd be the boldest ones. They the ones coming over to you with a drink, earning. Remember we talked about that earning. They're willing to earn you because I know this is something I'm gonna have to work for. So let me walk over here with the drinks. Let me make myself seen over the other girl. Like they already know. They already know they starting off at the lowest playing field. So and then they're disappointed. Cause let's say me and my partner were trash and we would just take that girl up on her offer, take her to the hotel room, and then never see her again. Now we wrong. Now you see what I'm saying? But if people are not realistic about their looks, men have to be realistic because they're the ones that are getting told that they're not good enough. Women are still getting opportunities. So until we get that lead gauger under control, and we start vetting each other properly. Not, I just dropped a video the other day. A woman to meets a man in prison on TikTok and goes to a conjugal visit and gets pregnant. Didn't know how much time he had left on paper. He had 15 years left. She didn't even check. She didn't even check how much time he had left. He told her he had 2 years. Ma'am, let's start off at one. Why are you going to a prison to have sex? Why are you're going to a prison? You walk past all the free men on the way to the prison. She's pregnant with twins. She's pregnant with
That
twins
say so
by
much. That say so much, man.
some of this stuff you see from the door. We just what? We get an idea. We have our idea. We have our fantasy, and we picked our guy. This guy don't even know you got this fantasy. He don't even know you created this idea. Him, you over here, girl. You plotting on this man, and this man has no intentions of marrying you. He has no as long as we keep doing that, it's gonna be a whole bunch of woe is me on this side and a whole bunch of well, I mean, she let me do it, and you know, I mean, she keep mispicking this dude over here. He don't really like her. I'm just been sitting over here waiting. Like it's gonna be a lot of that. So guys, just keep self improving. I keep telling the guys, keep self improving, and eventually you're just gonna be in a position where the women are gonna come to you. You know. And it's so crazy how men started self improving because women were saying that's what they wanted. Now they're mad that men have started self improving because they didn't. Ain't that something? You can't give them nothing. I'm
Hey
just
man, say
gonna
man.
never be happy.
You can't make this shit up.
They, then they get mad that you won't act like the guy that was 100 pounds overweight once you. Now they like, oh, so you think you him? Like they do the same thing when they get their bodies done and all that. Though they do the same.
Go in on the women who be saying, and I know this is a sidebar, but you talking about I like my man a little medium ugly. Like what's the psychology
Oh
behind
yeah,
that, man?
well, you've been dating all the ones that's out of your league that get all the attention. So now that you done dated all the men that get attention and you couldn't get them to sit down with you, now you want the guy that's gonna look at you the way you've been looking at those guys. And let me tell you something what's happening. Guys are getting hip to that medium ugly thing. And don't nobody want to be the second choice. Don't nobody want to be the guy you chose because you couldn't get with the other guy. That's tough. That's a tough thing to handle. Knowing that, you know what I'm saying, you've been looked over all this time and then all of a sudden, she like you now. How you think? I used to be really, really out of shape. There are plenty of girls that wasn't really giving it to me back then. I will not give them a chance now. People can say what they want to say about me. Nah, I'm good. I'm good. I'm above your league now. Like, what you want me to do? I'm not interested no more. And they be mad about it. You bitter, all that. I think it's fair if a person level up. They just got better opportunities. Like, I don't, everybody be out here sensitive too.
Life. That's life, man. That's life, man. We live with Miss KC, baby. Going in.
Yeah.
Yeah, we gotta clip this up, man. And, pump the streets with it. But last question, man. I ain't gonna hold you too long.
Yeah.
Uh Monogamy or polygamy or polyamory, whatever you want to call it. Like, is marriage is marriage a thing? Is it a concept of the past? Will it work for our people specifically? You know what I'm saying? The melanated people, you know, uh, is it outdated? And what's the way? Is poly the way? What would you say, works for KC and her world? And uh what do you see the way being for our people? You know what I'm saying? Marriage, monogamy or polygamy.
Okay, so polyamory and polygamy, to me, in my experience, in my opinion, is something that you need to be taught as as a culture or in society uh, when you're younger, or it's either something that you need to explore when you're older and you make the decision for yourself. When these guys try to present this poly life to these women a lot of times and they ain't never experienced, they don't know nothing about it, it's gonna be really, really hard because in my experience, you can tell a woman everything and it's still she don't know how she gonna react to it until the situation presents itself. So unless you already got a compound of women and you bringing her to the house and she's seeing how you live your life, it's gonna be real hard to push that poly thing because I was raised in it. And you take these women as wives. You don't take these women as girlfriends. These ain't no women you just knock off. These ain't no baby mamas. These are women that you take and you put them under your covering. Men, when they say poly, they not trying to be poly. They're trying to have sex. And that's just the truth. So when a lot of guys get to pushing that poly this, poly that, I'm like, bro, did you tell her? Do y'all walk through? Does she meet your women before you sleep with them? Because see, that's the way it's supposed to be done, but most people just want to have many lovers. And we see what's happening now, diseases. I think they had to put the diseases out here just to get us to slow down because we was acting so, we so outrageous with it. We was about to be allowing anything if it wasn't for pregnancy and diseases. But it's something that you have to be taught, and you have to understand it's a lifestyle. And also, when I was being raised up, it was more so about community and legacy. It's not about just having intercourse, which that's what I see a lot of times. Guys just want to have more than one woman, but they can't even afford the one woman they got. Being poly is expensive. And so I'm poly. I meet my women, you know what I'm saying? I kind of tell them about how I move, what I do. Sometimes we end up not even being in that relationship form because a lot of them know they're not going to be able to handle it. They may still date me, but they know they can't handle that lifestyle. Like, I have some girls that are okay with meeting other women, and I have some of them that's like, keep it completely separate from me. I don't ever want to know about it. So that keeps the woman from even asking questions. She don't even ask questions, but I usually don't do it that often because you have to really be on top of your stuff medically. You have to really be on top of your stuff on honesty. Like, you don't get to be poly and get the lying. What you poly for? So you got to be super, super honest with everybody because everybody is involved with everybody is at danger or at risk if you're making poor decisions. Most people can't handle one girl. You can't handle three girls. So I be telling dudes, you ain't got that ism like that for that. You're gonna have to really you gonna be pulling women apart all the time. You're gonna have to make sure you set scheduled days for your women. It's a lot. It's a lot that goes into that poly thing. It's not for a weak man.
But do you think as a whole for, the so-called black community, you know what I'm saying, from an economical standpoint, do you think that's the way, you know what I'm saying? Or do you
Yeah,
just
but people
think
gotta be responsible.
traditional?
They gotta be
Go
responsible.
ahead, go ahead.
They gonna have to be respond. We can say from an economical position, right? But how many men ain't gonna just do it from an economical position? They just gonna be having girls. We are
I mean, P, I mean, what you doing it for, P? You feel me?
the wise
If it
dudes
ain't about the money,
more women you have, the more liabilities you have. That's wisdom, bro. Everybody ain't got to that level yet. When you this how I know a real player. A real player gonna tell you it costs more to have them sometimes than when you just by yourself. That's how you know he's past that women and that wet spot. Cause
less, right?
these women will cost you just having them around, especially if they your women. Like the ones that if she call you, you answering for when you get to that level with them. If you got 3 or 4 of those, but you can't even handle your baby mama and your child, you can't handle 3 or 4 women like that can call you at any given moment. Listen, my daddy had 2 households by the time before he was 23 years old. Okay, this back in the 80s. At any given moment, my daddy would have to pick up go from one side of town to the other. At any given moment, if something was going on and a tire needed to be changed, do you understand? Like these dudes be complaining about the first date. Y'all can't help you. It's one of the most player things you could ever do to be able to maintain. And I'm not talking about just a woman, but a household, like women. Several women. You know,
That builds you as a man. But go in.
it do. But you gotta also have the reason why I'm even able to do it is because I had a man that showed me how to do it. If you ain't got no man, if you ain't never had no man around you your entire life, you ain't really never had that kind of structuring. You wouldn't know how to handle three households. My daddy was doing that. Let me tell you something. My daddy was telling these women, "Hey, look, you can leave. You're gonna have to leave the kids with the other woman." This the type of stuff I was seeing growing up. My daddy was 23, 24. Like, hey, you know this is my daughter, right? Okay, so she your daughter. You pick her up. Like, okay. It was not a game. And my daddy kept his women very regular and they didn't like it, but they knew what they signed up for. And they knew when they dealt with him, you knew I had a family over here. You knew I had children. So you can't get to throwing your weight around with what you want to go. Because my dad was always uh, very adamant about the fact that we were all that mattered to him in the first place. So he was like, these women can leave. At the end of the day, he's like, my dad used to say shit like, "I'll get you a new mama."
Come on. Come
Just
on.
100, like, okay,
It's levels, man.
it's levels to this thing. So that's why I be like, man, seeing dudes out here complaining and all, man, what? I'm like, my daddy was doing this with two. My daddy had 3 kids, but 4 kids before he was 25, and 2 women, 2 households. He was running back and forth from. So yeah, I be like, these dudes be out here complaining, man. You can't tell one woman the truth.
Love it, man. Love it. We'll put a period right there, baby.
Yeah,
Keep it up for Miss KC, baby. ATL to LA.
yeah.
Oh, I love it, man. Man, if we get out of here, man, let the people know what you got going on, where they can find you, what's your email, what's your phone number. Give me your TikTok, give me Instagram, man.
Yeah, I really just do TikTok right now. I'll do the other stuff later, but y'all can see me on KSEE Lesbian Game 101, and that's my TikTok. And y'all can always message me if y'all want coaching or anything like that, for a question or whatever like that. We'll figure it out. But I help people in marriage. I started my TikTok because I was helping couples around me all the time. So, and that's why I delved into the female and male aspect because everybody dealing with the same stuff, just different packaging. Everything come down to self-love and what you allow and vetting. Stop ignoring these red flags. You know what you really want. Don't allow nothing else from the beginning because then you'll just be complaining about it later. That's it, bro. I ain't gonna wear you out.
Hey, make that last part. Make sure you clip that. Clip that one. That one gonna go up, man. Y'all get over there, man. Give them the TikTok one more time.
Yeah, where to find my TikTok? KSEEK
Yep.
Lesbian Game 101. KSEE Lesbian Game 101. That's my TikTok. All right.
Yeah, y'all get over there, man. She doing numbers. It's going up. You better get a part of the way, baby, before you can't, man. Shout out KC, LA, ATL, my Memphis players back down in Mississippi, man. It's really going down in the South, baby. Man, got a big fight this weekend for all my fight fans. Deontay Wilder, Derek Chisora. Hey, man, I know you said you box too, so I box too. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking for my first fight this summer. I'm down here in Mississippi, man. So I know you said you boxing, but do you really study the boxing game, or you kind of trying to get into it?
Yeah, I'm trying to get back into it. I've been working on work a lot, but I watch the fights I watch old classics sometimes. I don't know how y'all feel about him, but I love Ben Whitaker. That's my dude right there. Light skin,
Okay,
curly fro,
okay,
all the tricks. Yeah, I like him, man.
okay. You've been keeping up with the women's game too, boxing game.
No, I haven't. I haven't really watched in a while. I watch a lot of classic stuff. I like to watch the old
All
classic.
right,
Yeah, that I missed when I was a kid growing up. So
right. Nah. So I got a boxing YouTube channel too, man, and
check it out.
I'm about to hit a milestone where we can start going live. So yeah, man, I want to get you on and we talk some fight, man. We talk the fight game, man. If that's cool.
Man, absolutely, man. Do you know who how I mess my man name up, my coach. He was USBC champ. But I'm gonna send it to you and chop it up with you so we can talk.
Yeah. I'm gonna
Uh,
send you the boxing channel
Kevin
too,
Morgan.
man, to kind of see where I'm at. Huh?
Kevin Morgan. That's who coached me.
Get more. I
Kevin Morgan.
ain't heard of him.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, send me what you do, man. Like I say, I'm gonna send you my boxing channel too. But like I say, we finna go. Hey, I'm gonna tell you this: the boxing media is like a newborn baby, man. It's just growing and growing. So
Okay.
the numbers are really good in the boxing game. So yeah, man, we definitely got to top up the fight game. But yeah, watch the fight this weekend. Deontay Wilder, he from Alabama, my hometown, heavyweight fight. But see if you can, you know soak that up a little bit and we'll get on live and just talk about it.
Okay.
Talk about Clarissa Shields, you know what I'm saying? Yeah,
Yeah.
man. For sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, appreciate the love, Miss Casey. We gonna do it again, man. I'm gonna send you this live and then you clip it up and then you can put out whatever you want, man. But much love to everybody. Make sure you like and subscribe, baby. We out of here.
Hey, one more time. Text me your boxing page, your YouTube boxing page.
Go ahead. Say it
Uh,
again.
yeah, text me your YouTube boxing page.
Yeah, I got you. We out of here, y'all. Peace.
All right, y'all. Peace.
Hey, favorite boxer, man, right now, I gotta say Shakur Stevenson, bro. I think Shakur might be the favorite right now, man. Make sure y'all hit the like button, hit the subscribe, baby. But the boxing channel is Fight Game. Fight Game. Go over there and subscribe, man. We're gonna be talking the big fights. We going up, baby, going up. Well, we out of here, man. Appreciate the love. Yeah.